let's pull it back up a little bit because this is. I think it's still a little too low because let me see. Let me pull it up just a little bit more. There we go. What is up, guys? How you doing? How are you? How are we all doing? A lot of things to talk about today. A lot of things to discuss, which is a good thing because normally I run out of a lot of things to talk about. Today I shouldn't run out of much of anything to talk about. So, and if I do, it is what it is. It'll probably be like near the end of the stream anyway. What's up, Random? I've been waiting for. I appreciate you. As a matter of fact, did you ask for mod? I know two people asked for mod. Were you one of them? Okay. You and Wacky. I have not seen Wacky the past couple streams. Alright. There you go, Random. With great power comes great responsibility. They did, they probably did. Now, I would have gave it to you earlier, but I don't think there's a way I can do it outside of the live. So I think I have to wait until like we're actually live to do it. I might be wrong though. I might be wrong. You could actually possibly do it, and I just stupid. um, but we got a lot of things on the agenda to talk about today. Are you doing the comments? Okay, so I just I'm just lazy. Gotcha. All right, so let's talk about some things right now. Let's talk about some things. Okay, so first things first, guys. Over 1 million eggs have been recalled. First, it was the cyclospora, and now it's the eggs. Because I'm tired, I'm not going to be here for long. But before I go, how's your day? It was pretty good, Todd. It was pretty good. How's your day? Yeah, over 1 million eggs have been recalled because of salmonella concerns. Now, I did not look which brand. I did not figure out which brand it was, but apparently that's what's going on. So first it was Eclospora. Now we got eggs being recalled. Everything we eat is trying to kill us. So if you guys have not been praying for your food, I think right now is a good time to start praying for your food. Good to be here. It was good. That's good, Todd. Man, now I can eat eggs. It's wild out here, bro. It's wild. What do y'all think's gonna be next? I think turkey's gonna be next. Next, they're gonna find something wrong with the turkey. But honestly, it's kind of a good. It's kind of a good time for eggs to be highly priced right now because of what's going on. Any other time, this would be a bad thing. But I mean, if you look at the price of eggs right now, I mean, like, who's buying them anyway? You know what I'm saying? Who's who's buying them anyway? So I mean, like right now, I mean, we chilling. But when they're at normal price, then that's when we have a problem. Like, why is my turkey green exactly? Wait, is that the hold on? Is that the mod sign now? Bruh, that's so lame. It used to be a blue. It used to be a blue. it not only would it like turn your name blue, but it would also give you a wrench beside your name. That's so lame. And make people not want to buy exactly. Yeah, but at least you still got the at least you still got the powers up. What? Freaking roommates yelling at the top of their, laughing at the top of their lungs. Anyways, this yeah, bring back the OG. Bring the hammer back. The blue names back. Bring back the old play buttons. Bring so many things back, bro. Yeah, it's my roommates just being loud, but it is what it is. And the dislike button, bring that back too. How you doing, Beyond? Hope your night's going well. Real talk, you can still see your dislikes, but you have to go into like your videos. You just can't see it as a viewer on other people's videos, so we can't show people how we feel about. And I understand why they did it. They made this change because actually I think two reasons they made the change. Number one, because they had one of the most disliked videos of all time, and it was that rewind. That's probably one of the reasons why they took it off. Another reason they took it off, which is a little bit more respectable, is because a lot of new creators they probably see dislikes and then it makes them feel like they're inadequate or something like that. But it is what it is. What happened now? Hold on, random. Hold on now. Still my roommates now. They might be loud, but shit. Thanks, I'm about to hit 15,000, wait, what, 1.5 thousand subscribers. Let's go, Beyond. Dislikes gotta be there for a good reason. They really do. They really do. Because you can't really show people how you feel towards a video, like how the overall majority of people feel towards a video without dislikes. But I get why they did it because small creators, it'll probably deter a lot of people from keep keep it on going, seeing dislikes. But I mean, it is what it is. I remember having to go to my mom's appointment, and it was there. Then we uh, turned in the place, and it was gone. Oh, so you remember this? You remember the change vividly? Damn, it's kind of a blank for me. I think I just woke up the next day and it was gone. And I noticed, hey yo, by the way, they took away dislikes. I'd be like, what? Yeah, they took away dislikes, man. I go to I pull up YouTube, watch a random video, like, oh, they really did that. Oh, it's early in the morning for you too? Nice. Alright, second thing on the agenda. What was the second thing? I remember the third thing. What was the second thing on the agenda that we were going to talk about? I don't want to go to the computer. I'm going to see if I can remember it myself. It was about business. Ah, yes. This one. This one might take us a whole 10, 20 minutes to talk about. So, what limit do you guys have for gas to hit before you start walking? Like, genuinely, what is your limit per gallon before you just start being like, okay, I'm gonna walk? Because apparently, we just hit an all-time steak high or whatever they call it. And I'll be honest with y'all, my limit is $4 a gallon. My limit is $4 a gallon. After that, I'm just walking. And I understand not everyone has the ability to walk to their job because not everyone is within walking distance. Luckily, I am. So it's getting to that point where I'm just about to be just walking to work, and the only time I drive is if it's raining or some shit. Because $4 is my limit, bro. I can't justify spending any more than $4 a gallon on some gas, bro. I'm sorry, I can't justify it. I cannot justify it. Same thing with milk. I'm not paying for a whole gallon of milk any more than like $4. I'm not doing it, bro. So, because I ain't gonna lie, I have been buying like half milk for a long time. Because we just don't drink the full gallon of milk. But, that's my limit. $4 for milk for a whole gallon. I think where my store is at, it's like 280. Like my store is like 280 for like a half gallon, and for a full gallon, it's like either 429 or like 389 or something like that. But yeah, should be exactly. It should be cheaper. I've also contemplated saving up for a electric bike to drive to either work or wherever I wanted to get to. Cause again, I can't justify. I really cannot justify spending that much money on gas. I cannot. By the way, I put the post I was talking about in my what I saw. I forgot to interact with it, but I did see what you were talking about. And I know, and here's the thing, I know us unleaded users of gas, I know we struggling, but just imagine the people who have to use premium and up, bro. I know they struggling. I know they struggling. Everyone's struggling out here. Yeah, I did it again and realized I made it sound complex. I mean, to be fair, I'm not like fully versed in like poses to begin with, so because all I know is like offhand, like the pretzel pose, the one pose where you're standing on one foot and then you make a triangle shape with another, and you hold your hands like this. I know that pose. Don't know what it's called though. And like the T pose. Oh, and the only reason I even know a lot of these poses is because of Grand Theft Auto. Okay, I played Grand Theft Auto for several years. I played GTA 5 several years, several times. So that's the only reason I know a lot of these poses. Or you think it's a tree? It might be a tree. Yeah, that pose might be a tree. Speaking of Grand Theft Auto, when I get my PlayStation 5 back, which should be mid September, when I get my PS5 back, I think the first thing I'm going to do will be. What, did I say mid September? Okay, sorry. Late September. My bad. Late September is when I should get my PS5 back. I might do a I might do a stream on that. Playing it one last time before GTA 6 comes out. Ninja Turtle, my beloved. Okay, okay. Why am I your beloved Ninja Turtle? Explain that to me. Thank you, brother. Thank you for the mustache. But the question is, which channel would I do it on? I could do it on this channel, but I think I look want to do it on the gaming channel. I know for a fact GTA 6 is going on the gaming channel, but I kind of want to do that stream on this channel. I mean, I've played it before. It's not really. You guys wouldn't be seeing me react to anything new, but I'm just saying, like, I'd love to. You have to wait a couple years for GTA. Nah, guys, it's actually releasing this November because they've already started taking pre-orders. Now, if they didn't take pre-orders, then yeah, I'd be like, I wouldn't be planning anything. But normally, if a company already puts out pre-orders for a game, that means the game is done. That means it's finished, and they're just waiting for a release date for it to go live in public. Yeah, nah, they're not gonna push it back again. If they push it back again after taking pre-orders, buddy, there would be hell to pay. There would be hell to pay if they pushed it back again after already taking pre-orders. Because they've already made back what they spent on the game, by the way. With pre-orders alone, they've already made back what they spent. People gonna bang on the door with demands. Exactly. Exactly. I want to play that. I also want to play Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2 because I never finished. I played a little bit of Red Dead 2, but like I never finished the story because I was game sharing it with a former friend of mine, and all I really did was dick around. I did like maybe 3 or 4 missions, and then after that I kind of just dicked around. So I never really like got really into the story of Red Dead, but I could have played that before we get into GTA 6 too. I got a lot of options here. Watch somebody pawn it and it'd be worth thousands of dollars. I'll tell you what would be worth thousands of dollars if someone somehow got a physical copy of the game. If somebody somehow got a physical copy of GTA 6, that would go for thousands of dollars on eBay. Be like Pokemon cards, exactly. It'd be just like Pokemon cards. By the way, thank you guys for the 4 likes on live. I appreciate it. All right. We've talked about the eggs. We've talked about GTA. I ain't planning on talking about GTA 6, but here we are. We talked about eggs. We talked about what else did we talk about? Talked about eggs. We talked about gas prices. Yeah. All right. Now let's talk about something that is pretty serious right now. Okay, so I want you guys to know what my stance is on this subject, okay? If you don't fuck with my stance on this subject, well, first of all, let me say this. I've never claimed for any of my spaces to be a safe space. I've never claimed that. However, there are certain things that I'm just not cool with, and I'm going to express that to y'all right now. So, apparently, in Berlin, there was this guy who decided to drive through a pride parade, killing 1 person and injuring about 25. And let me tell you something right this. I'm not an ally, but I don't have any beef with anyone in the LGBTQ community. You are welcome in my space. All right. I don't know why anytime, and this is, I know it's after Pride Month that this happened, but still, like, that's not because it happened during a Pride parade. Yeah, sorry, I'm tripping. This didn't happen in Pride Month, but it happened in a Pride parade. The intent was there. So I want to make it super clear. Like I said, I'm not an actual ally, but I do not have any beef with the LGBTQ. So if anyone has an issue with the LGBTQ community, then I'm gonna need you to exit yourself quietly. Okay? Because we do not do hate speech over here. We do not hate anyone, bro. We hate no one. We're about giving everybody a good time and showing like my whole thing is I want to give you guys laughs. I want to show you guys a good time. All right. I don't care where you're from. I don't care your background. Black, white, Asian, Mexican, American, no matter what race, gender, you are welcome in my space. Again, I can't say it's a safe space, but we do not discriminate because I think safe spaces are like I feel like it's a little different. I feel like safe spaces are a little different. Everyone's welcome in here unless they're bad. Exactly. But let's just talk about the absurdness, though. That's the main. I just want to get that statement out of the way. Let's talk about the absurdness, though. People keep saying that like we don't need Pride Month, we don't need Black History Month, we don't need blah 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 blah. Okay, for those of you who say that we don't need these months or these celebrations or whatever it is, if we don't need them, then why are there still these acts of terror or violence happening either during or before these events happen? Tell me why we keep happening acts of terror happen during these months or before them, sometimes even after them. If we don't need if we don't need these things, the reason we need stuff like Pride Month and Black History Month is because we're shown time and time again that there are a very loud minority of people who do not agree with the LGBTQ community even being a thing. And there is a not so uh, minority, loud amount of people who believe that black people are, they believe that black people just are inadequate to white people. They believe that they believe we're worthless. They believe we're lazy. They believe all of these things that were taught to them by their parents, and they still have it. And that's one thing. That's another thing I'll never understand. Racism is taught. Racism. People aren't just born racist. Racism is taught, and so is transphobia, homophobia. All of that stuff is taught. And what I don't understand, as a grown human being who has a mind of your own, you were taught all these things, and yet you haven't thought that maybe at any point in your time, like, oh, wait a minute. What my parents taught me about this group of people is wrong. What they taught me was just straight up hatred. This isn't what they're like. Like, why am I still thinking this way? It's because people do not want to unlearn what they've been taught. They're not willing to change. And because you're unwilling to change, you're stuck in your ways. And some of them believe that, and they see what happens on the news, and they're like, okay, maybe my parents were right about these group of people. No. No. That's just a one-off case. But they believe it's canon, so they keep going with it, and then they spread it to their children. It's just a cycle. Like, it's not just born anybody. Exactly. No one's born racist. It's something that's taught. Same thing with homophobia and transphobia. All of this hate is taught, bro. And it keeps repeating. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I don't think I've ever said it on camera, though. The biggest thing that confuses me about racism. So let me get this straight. Your people enslaved my people, and yet you have a problem with me. I'm gonna say that again. Your people enslaved my people, and yet you have a problem with me. Someone explain that to me. And I get why, because like I said, they were taught. It goes way back, because they were taught that us as black people, because they all had the power. They had the land, they had the power, they do what they want, right? They were taught that people like us are lesser than. They were taught that they were superior. And, because they were taught that, that's what they firmly believed. And they just kept, and the cycle just kept going on and on and on. And so now we're at the point now where we're still living that. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry about shit. On the mom apologize. Yeah, it's really sad. I got a little bit off topic there. I mean, not too far off topic, because the rant was supposed to be about, transphobia. Then we started talking about racism and stuff like that. But I mean, like, it's not far off. It's just two terrible bad things: transphobia, racism, homophobia. They're both pretty bad. You got nothing to be sorry for. None of this is problematic, exactly. Alright, one more thing I want to talk about. This is a bonus. The skits I told you guys about, I did not do them today. I did not do them today. However, we are going to be recording about 2 or 3 skits tomorrow, because my headphones broke. They straight up broke. The new one, okay, so the ones I've been using for about 4 or 5 years, they kind of like gave out, which I understand, they're pretty old. But the ones I just bought not even a year ago, like, number one, they were cheap, but they weren't that cheap. They were like $30. But like, I pulled them apart just a little bit. Just to get them over my head. I didn't like yank them. I put them apart a little bit, and then the left side just breaks. the left earpiece just breaks. Now I don't have a um I don't have any type of like warranty on it. I sure as hell don't have my receipt because even if I did have my receipt, like it's been past like 30, 90 days, so I couldn't take it back if I wanted to. So now I'm just stuck with these headphones that are broken. And you know what I gotta use? Thank God my PC has Bluetooth, but you know what I gotta use for my videos now? I gotta use earbuds. I use earbuds for my videos now. This is what Josh Pockets exactly. Did you get them off eBay or some website that be having people use it? No, I actually got that from Walmart. I got those headphones from Walmart. I think they were like, what's the brand of these headphones actually? I swear it says Razer. Oh, y'all got the name. First pair of headphones I've ever seen that doesn't care about branding. Okay, I don't know what the brand of these headphones are, but it came in a green box. It might actually be Razer. Uh, but we'll still be doing our reactions. You guys won't see me with a headset anymore. You just see me with my earbuds in my ear. But tomorrow we're focusing on skits though. Tomorrow is literally just skits. What brand is that mine with headphones? You know what? Fair. You know what? Fair. Uh, one thing I do want to, I do want to get better at my skits, but I think the only way I'm going to get better at my skits is if I try not to rush them. I think that's my biggest thing. I be trying to rush the skits. I gotta learn how to slow them down a little bit. Slow them down. I want to get my quality better. It's hard to get good quality when you're trying to rush it, like get it out soon as possible. So we got to make sure we slow it down and actually get the best out of it that we can get. That's my biggest issue here. Oh, where you went? Yeah, I went to go see if those headphones had any type of branding on them. They did not. Oh, it feels good to do a standing live again. Standing vertical live. I don't get me wrong, I like doing both of them, but I prefer doing this when I actually have something to talk about. Because a lot of times I don't have a squat diddly to talk about. So I'm glad today we actually found something to talk about. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the live stream. Tomorrow will be stand up proud. Exactly, stand up proud and strong. And then square up, bunch of kids. Tomorrow, if we're not doing a vertical live stream, I will be back with more Would You Rather. And by the way, I found out you can skip these you can skip the questions you don't want to answer. You just have to use the scroll wheel on the mouse. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So anytime I encounter a question I don't want to answer, I can just scroll. Miles will be doing Wordle tomorrow too. So yeah. If we do a horizontal live stream. Alright, but yeah, you guys have a good night and I will see you tomorrow.